Hi everybody, welcome to a Cross Call Tarot. These messages are for the star sign of Pisces, Pisces Sun, Pisces Moon, Pisces Rising, and Venus in Pisces. For the month of August 2018. These are general messages, so they may not resonate with everybody. So I ask you to take what resonates and leave the rest on my altar, because they may not be for you. If you would like a more personal reading to yourself, you can get a hold of me at acrosscall@gmail.com, or at the top of my YouTube channel there is a link to my Facebook page, Sacred Circle of the Crows, which you can jump on my Facebook page and actually private message me on Messenger. And there's also a link for donations posted in the right hand corner of my YouTube channel as well. So I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to spit out. Oh, one more thing before I start the reading. If you would like to know, if you're not sure what your rising, sun, moon, or Venus, where it was at in your chart at the time of your birth, you need the time you were born and the place you were born and your birth date. And if you go on Google and Google free natal chart, there's all kinds of sites that pops up. Pick one, type in the time you were born, the place where you were born, your name and your birth date, and it'll bring up where all the planets were at the exact time of your birth. Okay? Now, if you don't have the time you were born, you can still do it. You can still pull up your natal chart, but it won't be exactly to you. Okay? Which, it'll help, but like I said, it won't be exactly to you. Alright, so we're going to use several decks. We're going to start off with one deck, of course. Let me move all these other ones out of the way over here. Okay, we're going to start off with, these are Psychic Tarot and Oracle cards by John Holland. I'm doing things a little bit different with different decks this time that I did last month. As I use the decks, I'll introduce them. I do have one new deck that I've added in that is new. I've had it now for probably about 2 weeks. But I'll introduce it whenever I get to it. It's usually the final messages for the video. I have a bunch of new decks whenever I do other readings that I'm going to post, or for next month, for September, possibly I'll incorporate them into the reading, is what I'm trying to spit out. My brain's saying it faster than my mouth will let it roll out. Alright, so this is for the star sign of Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the month of August, Spirit. Angels, guides, can you please bring forth some messages for the sign of Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the month of August? Can you please bring forth these messages? Thank you, spirit guides, angels. I'm sorry if I cough throughout the video. It's just because my throat chakra is opening from doing all these videos, and of course communicating with all you beautiful souls out there. I want to tell you thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for all my new subscribers. Thank you for all the beautiful comments and likes and everything else. I really appreciate it. This has been a pretty tough road since I've started this channel. It didn't seem like it was taking off, and then boop, all of a sudden there it goes. So I just want to tell you thank you. If it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't be able to keep doing this. Alright, so star sign of Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Star sign of Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. I am shuffling them on camera so that you guys know that these are actual messages from Spirit, not just something I'm pulling out of the deck. I want you guys to know that. And the reason why I'm shuffling them on camera is because when I watch my readings, because yes I do, I follow some certain people, probably like 4 or 5. I like watching them shuffle because that tells me that those are the messages that Spirit wants to bring forth. So this is for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the month of August. Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the month of August. While I'm shuffling them, there's a few things I'll talk about. We just had a new moon in Cancer with a partial solar eclipse attached to it. We are in eclipse season. We just had a partial solar eclipse a week ago. And next week we have the full moon in Aquarius. And it's a full lunar eclipse. It's actually a blood moon. And then next month, in 2 weeks after the full moon lunar eclipse, we have another partial solar eclipse on the new moon in August. So right now we are in a pretty magical time for every spiritual being out there. Alright. 3 more shuffles and then we're going to cut and start this beautiful reading that I'm sure that Spirit's going to bring forth for you guys. Alrighty. Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the month of August. Alright. 6 cards, please. 6 cards. Pisces Sun, Pisces Moon, Pisces Rising, and Pisces Venus. Well. Well, we're going to take these. Just like every other reading that I've been having this month, it seems like we're all starting out, instead of with 6, we're starting out with 8. Alright, so the first card I'm going to introduce is number 6. It's the 6 of Swords in traditional tarot. And the key words on it is moving on. Oh, there's 7. Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, there's 8. Alright, so there's 8 cards again. So the second card is, this is the Emperor, number 4, Major Arcana, and the keyword on it is authority. The Emperor, if I was going to put a star sign to it, is Aries. The next card that popped out is, this is called, it's the 7 of Cups, and it's called Choose Wisely. The next card that popped out is, it's called, this is number 15, the Major Arcana. It's called Temptation, and it's equivalent to the Devil. It's Devil energy. Okay, the next card that popped out is, it's the 4. It's called Foundation Achievements, and it's equivalent to the 4 of Wands. This one is number 0. It's called New Beginnings. It's equivalent to the Full. This one is, it's 5 of Cups. It's called Emotional Loss. And this one is the 5 of Pentacles. It's called Financial and Material Changes. Okay. Okay. So we're going to do the numerology part first. 6 plus 4 is 10. Plus 7 is 17. 1 plus 7 is 8. So that's 8. So we got 15 and 4 is 19. 1 plus 9 is 10. So 8 plus 10 is 9. And then we got 5 plus 5 is 10. So 1 plus 9 is 10. Which 1 plus 0 adds up to a 1, which is about new beginnings manifesting. Okay, so the first thing I'm seeing is the very first card is the 6 of Swords. Okay, we do have Swords, we have Wands, we have Cups, and we have Pentacles. So everything is on the board, and we also have 3 major arcanas. Okay, which is major arcanas relate to our spiritual side. Alright, so right off the bat, I see that you're moving, Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, that you're moving out from the darkness into the light. Okay, I do see that. Not exactly sure what the feminine here has in her hand. Kind of looks like maybe a crystal of some kind, or a compass, or some kind of a talisman. I'm not exactly sure. Okay. But definite movement from darkness into light. Okay, it looks like she's walking towards the Emperor. Okay, now the Emperor is all about, he's in control, he's an authority figure, he's also intuitive because he's got the halo around his head. But what he isn't is emotional. He's not too emotional. He's pretty much in control of his emotions. He's got his arms crossed across his heart. But he is intuitive. Okay? He has an intuitive ability about him. Okay? So what I see, Pisceans, is that you are moving from some kind of a darkness towards possibly an Aries person, somebody with Emperor energy, some fiery energy, some kind of authority. Okay, so the next card after that is choosing wisely. It's a 7 of Cups. It's about having many choices in front of you. Okay, so moving on in a choosing wisely card are mirroring one another. So to me, you're moving towards many choices. You're coming out of some kind of darkness into some choices. Okay, now one of your choices is a new beginning. Okay, and underneath the moving on, we do have the Devil energy. Now the Devil energy is a dark energy. It's about being trapped in an illusion. It's about some kind of temptation in front of you. It's some kind of keeping your heart boxed up. The key to he is the key to I don't want to say it, like the key to possibly mirroring something. And he's also attached to the authority card. So, and you got the moving on, like in between them two cards. So to me that tells me you're moving on from some kind of a darkness, possibly a temptation, or moving on to having control over the action that you're taking, having control over your emotions, possibly having control over your intuition, having control over the choice that you're making, because you do have choose wisely, mirroring the moving on. Okay, excuse me. All right, so far what I'm seeing, Pisceans, is that you're coming out of some kind of darkness. You're taking control over your choices. You're possibly making a wise choice. Alright, so we're going to move on to, after the Devil card, in the middle, underneath the Emperor energy, you have the Four of Wands energy. Okay, now the Four of Wands can represent a good partnership, a good firm family foundation, having all of your chakras aligned, because I am seeing the rainbow, but I also am seeing the family standing in front of their new house with oranges on the bottom. And oranges is all about your it's your sacral chakra, which is where your sensuality comes from, your sexuality comes from, your creativity comes from there, your inner knowing. It helps build, like, once all of your chakras are aligned, it's so easy just to have that inner knowing. Like, all of them play a key part with one another. You can't have one out of balance, because if you do that, then you're going to be stuck in the Devil energy. Okay, now what I'm seeing now is that you've got the Devil energy and the new beginnings mirroring one another. Okay, so that tells me that you're moving out of the Devil energy. You're moving out of that darkness into a new beginning. And you're choosing to do so, because it's underneath the new beginnings. The Fool is underneath the choose wisely. Okay, so you're definitely taking control over your choices, and you're choosing to move out of the darkness into a new beginning. Okay, so, and then the last two cards is the reason why you're choosing to move out of the darkness is because you've had some kind of emotional loss which kept you in that darkness. Okay, and you're choosing to move forward. You're choosing to and moving out of that darkness and letting go of this emotional loss is going to give you a new beginning. Okay, it's also going to bring financial material changes. And I think the reason why you're having the emotional loss is because you feel like you were left out in the cold. Maybe that's where the darkness comes from. The emotional loss from being left out in the cold put you in the darkness. Okay, but I can see that you are making the choice to take control of your life. Okay, alright, that's just what I'm seeing so far on the board now, or on the altar rather. Now, what else I'm seeing is that you have one of every element. You have a swords, you have a cups, you have a wands, and you have a pentacles. Okay, so there is possibly some kind of balance here. Okay, even though you do have emotional loss and you have the feeling of the financial material change, you still have some kind of balance within you, because I see you moving. I see you moving out of that darkness, out of that temptation, into that new beginning. Okay, alright, so we're going to do we're going to clarify here. And while I'm shuffling, I'm going to introduce this deck. This is my Witch's Tarot. This is what I use for clarifying. I intuitively read these. I do not have a book. And what we're going to do is we're going to clarify the cards. Now, for every reading for the month of August, it seems like I've been getting 8 cards. So it's number 8 is representative of the month of August because it is the 8th month, okay? But 8s are also about changes. So keep that in mind, alright? It all changes, does offer new beginnings. There's no doubt about that. Alright, so with that being said, let's shuffle these cards for some clarification here. Alright, clarification. Alright, so alright, so clarify. Spirit, can we use these Witches Tarot to clarify this reading for Pisces? Pisces Sun, Pisces Moon, Pisces Rising, and Pisces Venus in Pisces, please. Okay. Clarification, please, Spirit. Thank you for these beautiful cards, by the way, and the messages that you're about to bring forth. Pisces Sun, Pisces Moon, and Pisces Rising. Alrighty. Alright, so we're going to cut the cards. Pisces Moon, Pisces Sun, Pisces Rising, Pisces Venus for the month of August. Oops. Alright, so the first one we're going to clarify is the Moving On card, which is absolutely a beautiful card to start off with, okay? I see moving on from some kind of darkness to, because the Four of Wands can represent a twin flame energy as well as a partnership energy, okay, which will bring a strong foundation, okay? So let's clarify the Six of Swords, the Moving On card, please. Need just a couple more cards. Couple more cards. Oh, that'll work. Okay. So the first card that popped out for you guys, Pisces Sun, Moon, and Rising, it makes perfect sense why you're moving out of the darkness. You know why? Because you're going to find some balance, okay? Now, this is the Chariot, representative of Cancer, okay? And I'm seeing the moon in the background, but more importantly, I'm seeing the black and the white horse, the yin and the yang, okay? The balance, because this is about finding balance to move forward, okay? So it makes perfect sense that you got the Moving On card from the darkness into the light, because you're finding balance. You're moving. That's why the Devil energy is underneath. Like, you're on, like, it's, the Devil energy is in the second row. Like, you guys are lined up. There is some kind of balance there, okay? And balance, finding that balance, you got the Ace of Swords, okay? Now, aces, like I said, are about new beginnings. Swords are about communication, our logic, our reason, our thoughts. Okay, so finding balance is going to bring clarity with communication. Some kind of new, possibly communication, some kind of new clarity, some kind of spiritual clarity once you find the balance. Okay, and then the last card that popped out was the World. That is definitely cyclic change. Like the world is, like the universe is opening up to you. Like the universe is going to offer you more choices, you know. They're going to offer you clarity. They're going to offer you some kind of clear communication. Once you moving on from the darkness, you're going to find a balance, which will bring in that clear communication, that clarity in communication, whether it's in spirit form, because we do have a bird, which very well could be. Okay, but there's some kind of cyclic change happening. But the world is definitely opening up to you. That's why you got the choose wisely and you got the authority. So you're moving on from the darkness. You're going to find a balance to move forward. Move forward to possibly communicate something clearly, or you're going to get something communicated to you clearly. That's going to bring the end of a cycle. Okay. And the world is saying that you're going to be grounded. You're going to, and you're going to understand it, because the world is going to communicate it to you, possibly through spirit, or like I said, you're going to communicate it. Alright, so that's going to help you move forward once you find that balance. Well, you are going to find the balance because you're moving on from the darkness. Moving on from the darkness is going to give you the balance to move on. And the fact that the Chariot and the World are mirroring one another, yeah, the world, the spirit is definitely, I'm going to say that they're definitely communicating with you. Okay, giving you the ability to move on, showing you, speaking to you. Alright, so clarify the Emperor, please. Authority. Clarify the Emperor, please. For Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Venus. Alright, so you're moving from the darkness. It's definite because you got the card of movement. And to clarify the Emperor, you've got the Eight of Wands, which is immediate action, marrying the Three of Wands, which is about coming together, and your ship's coming in. But what really gets me is you take the 8 and the 3, and what do you get? 11. Okay, and then what do you get? A 4, a 1 and a 1 and a 1 and a 1. So this is definitely some kind of clarity coming in quickly, possibly about a twin flame union. So Pisces, Cancer, Moon, Rising, yeah, Pisces, Sun, sorry about that, Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. You are moving out of the darkness. You're getting your balance. You're finding your clarity. It's coming in quickly. About twin flame union. I mean, that can't be even more clear. Some kind of, I mean, you got fast-paced action. You got all wands. Wands is about action. And the fact that you got the 8 and the 3 mirroring one another, which adds up to an 11, and then you got the 4 in the middle, which is about, well, 11. You got the 2 wands. So this is 100% confirmation that moving on from the darkness brings balance, clarity, and the end of a cycle, which is going to usher in your twin flame union. I just don't even really want to clarify the rest of the reading because it just says it all right there. Alright. So you're moving in and towards, you're moving towards your Emperor, Pisces. Possible Aries, or they could just be carrying that fiery energy. Okay. Wow. That's all I gotta say. That just totally blows my mind. Alright. Might as well move on. So you're going to get to clarity. You're going to be speaking clearly to your Emperor about the union. Okay, so you got a feminine in the moving on, and you got a masculine in the Emperor. But you very well could be a feminine carrying that masculine energy, because in order to find balance, you have to carry both energies. You got to carry your masculine energy and your feminine energy. Now let me explain that a little bit more here. Okay, I am here as a girl, feminine woman, okay? But I carry masculine energy by, I like doing boyish things like riding quads. I don't care about getting my fingers dirty. I will go out and root in dirt. Okay, that's carrying the masculine energy. Okay, so if you're a girl, a woman watching this video, or if you're a guy watching this video, you both are carrying both of the energies. You're both carrying the masculine and feminine energy. I can see it in the cards, okay? I see it because you got the Chariot. You're moving out of the darkness. You're finding your balance. You're getting your clarity because the world is giving it to you. It's coming in quickly. Obviously, you got a feminine on the Six of Swords and a masculine on the Emperor. So you're getting control over both sides. You're getting control over your masculine and feminine energies. You're finding that balance, which is going to bring in the clarity, which is going to bring in the end of the cycle, which is going to usher in that twin energy. It's going to come quickly, out of the blue. Like, it can't be more clear with the 3 cards that just popped out. Okay? Alright, so with that being said, let's move on to the 7 of Cups. What choices does the Pisceans have? What's their choices? Why did that come up? Clarify the 7 of Cups, please. I say that you're choosing to do so. That's what your choices are. Oh my. Oh, this is so beautiful. I love it. Alright, so the first card that popped out is the 6 of Cups. The second card that popped out is the Ace of Cups. Okay, so I understand that you're choosing to move on, and you're choosing to bring the balance in for your twin flame, or your twin flame, your soulmate, because you got the 6 of Cups here. 6 of Cups is childhood memories. It could be somebody from your past coming back. You could be thinking about somebody from your past coming back, but I'm saying somebody's going to return. Somebody is returning, and what are they going to do? They're offering you a new emotional beginning. And you know why? Because you're balanced. Your Emperor is, he's offering you a new beginning. Okay? So you're getting a new love offer. Definitely a new love offer. Okay. So we went from the 7 to the 6 to the 1. So that's why you have a choice. Maybe you're going to have 2 different people coming in and you're going to have to choose between them. Or maybe you're choosing to move on, and the reason why you're choosing to move out of the darkness because you've got clarity over the fact of that the person that you're moving towards is twin flame energy, past life soul mate energy, and you're getting the clarity over your emotions, which is going to bring about a new emotional beginning. Okay. Alright, clarify number 15, the devil, temptation, please. Clarify it. Clarify temptation. Clarify temptation. Alright. I love this. Pisces, you've got a beautiful reading so far. I can't see any negativity coming out of this reading. Alright, so to clarify the devil card, we have the justice card. Okay. Now the justice can be, okay, we're just going to go over all the details of the justice and you can take what resonates. Okay, first of all, the justice, you got this balance, the scales of balance in the back. Okay, that's the first thing that's coming forward. The fact that you got the chariot with the balance, you got the scales of balance. Okay, the second thing that's coming forward is she's in a red dress. The reds are about the base chakra, which is where your grounding comes from. Okay, the second thing that's popping out is she's got a green cape on. That tells me that not only is she grounded, but her heart chakra is open. Okay, and then she's got the purple behind her, which tells me she's very, very intuitive. Okay, now another thing is the justice, and I'm just throwing this out there, it doesn't have to be, is also the sign of Libra. And if you look, she's got the sword in one hand. So if I was to face it, it would be the sword in the right hand and the scales of balance in the left hand. Okay, so she's definitely, and Libras are very judging. They're very, and they weigh both options, the good and the bad. So this could very well be an angel around you, the angel of justice. It could very well be, you got authority, so maybe the justice could be a judge, a lawyer, or it could just very well be an air sign. Okay, but you're finding balance is basically what I'm seeing. And you know why you're finding balance is because you're moving on out of the darkness, and the justice is helping you. And why do I say that? Is because the next card that popped out was the sun. The sun is representative of the sign of Leo. Leo is in the month of August. Now the sun is about illumination. Okay, so you're getting balanced by the justice is illuminating that. The sun is illuminating the justice. The sun is illuminating the balance that you have found by choosing to do so. Okay, by choosing to acknowledge the clarity of the fact that the person, by taking authority and choosing to move out of the darkness, okay, choosing to awaken, basically, okay, I see an awakening happening. Because the world is in there. Okay, so the world is awakening you to a twin flame / soulmate. Okay, and you're making a choice to move out of the darkness because the world is helping you. Spirit is helping you. They're helping you to find the clarity and the balance that you're needed by illuminating that. Okay, they're illuminating this connection. They're illuminating this love. They're illuminating this past life energy. Okay, the reason why I say that is because you got the Four of Wands twice. Okay, and we are going to clarify the foundation and activity. Okay, so there we go. Okay, so on the foundation and achievements, the Four of Wands, okay, we have the Knight of Pentacles, which is extremely slow moving energy, as well as it could be a guardian angel as well. It could be your angel, the Justice Angel, but as you can see, he's in a standstill. Okay, he is in a standstill on his horse. Okay, but he does have a green ribbon around his horse, which tells me that his heart is open. It may be a slow process, but during that slow process, the heart is open. Okay, and the reason why it's open is because you're seeking the knowledge. Okay, you're seeking the clarity, you're seeking the purity. It's slow moving, but it's going to be pure message of love, a pure message of the heart chakra is going to open because of it. This is time. Time is of the essence anyways. I mean, through time, through this slow moving energy, it's giving you the time to find the balance and the clarity. It's giving you the time to hear the messages that Spirit is bringing you about the fact that this is a twin flame / soulmate energy. Okay. Alright, so clarify the full new beginnings, please. Clarify the new beginnings. Whoa, that card just flew across there. Oh my goodness. Okay. So the flying card was the Five of Swords. Okay. Well, the Five of Swords is about walking away from something. Okay. So we see that in the very first card. You're walking away from darkness. Okay. But new beginnings are ushering in wow, that was weird. I heard a screeching noise outside. The second card that popped up was the Knight of Wands. Okay. So to me, this showed up on the new beginnings. Okay. So for the new beginnings, the Fool to come in, you have to walk away from the darkness. There's no doubt about it. Okay. And walking away from something that's no longer serving you. Well, I don't see you walking. I see you running. I see you running because you get the Knight of Wands. And the Wands is about taking action. So you are taking the action to walk away from the darkness. You are taking the action to walk away from the darkness to usher in the new beginning. The new emotional beginning. Okay? So that's definitely good. Definitely good. Alright? You're walking away from, maybe the Knight of Wands is the person who maybe made you feel this emotional loss and is gonna made you feel left out in the cold, so to speak, you know, which is gonna bring in the changes, which is going to bring in the move from feeling left out in the cold and in the darkness into moving into the light, to moving into taking authority over your balance, bringing the balance in that you're needing. Okay, so we're going to clarify emotional loss number 5. Please clarify it. Clarify emotional loss number 5, please. Clarify emotional loss. Clarify emotional loss. Oh, we got another flyer. Bring a couple more clarifiers out, please. Another one. There we go. One more. Alright. Alright, so on it, clarifying the emotional loss, we got the 9 of Swords. Alright, so this is unfounded fear, focusing on unfounded fear or the worst case scenarios. Okay, so to me this tells me, Piscean, that you are focusing too much on this emotional loss. You're staying up late worrying about that. There's no need. Move on from it. Move on. The universe is opening up to you. Okay? You also, the King of Pentacles popped out. Okay? Now the King of Pentacles is about an earth sign. Virgo, Capricorn, and Taurus. Okay? So, to me, this is the person that broke your heart. Okay? So, he could be carrying, that could be why you're walking away from the Knight of Wands. Maybe he was the one who brought in the worst case scenario. Okay? And this King of Pentacles could be carrying that fiery energy. Now, we did see fire energy in the very beginning of the reading. Okay? So, instead of, maybe that's why you're moving so quickly away from it. Because you're worried. Okay? But this could also represent a boss as well. But this person represents somebody who's very grounded. Very, look, he's holding that gigantic pentacle. So he's very earthbound, very materialistic, very, like I said, grounded, it could be a boss, it could be, but even though, you look at his facial expression, like he doesn't look happy at all. Okay, so, alright, so the last card is the Page of Wands. Okay, now, like I said, Wands is about action, but pages are about messages too. And if you look, I'll even put it up close, it looks like he's shouting something from like a rock or maybe a mountaintop, because he's above the trees here. Okay, but he's definitely speaking something. Okay, so I see whoever this video is for, or whoever you're watching this video for, is I feel a masculine energy, major masculine energy. Okay, so the masculine that I may be pulling this energy through from is definitely worried. He's definitely he got a broken heart. He's got some kind of emotional loss that's keeping him up late. But I see he wants to come forward and speak it. Maybe coming forward and speaking it will help him release and let go, so he can move on in the balance. Maybe he's worried that he lost you. Okay, which very well could be. Maybe that's what that kind of like he doesn't look happy. He really, really does not look happy. Like he really looks fearful. And I feel that he's ready to possibly speak about how he feels. Maybe he feels that he walked away from a new beginning. Alright. But I feel some kind of communication coming in. I do that because we got the Ace of Swords and the moving on. So I think maybe the masculine energy I'm pulling in feels he needs to communicate, okay, that he messed up, that he walked away from a new beginning and he shouldn't have, okay. Well, actually, he didn't walk away, he ran. Because the Knight of Wands is very fast paced. Like, it happened very quickly. Like, the walking away happened very quickly. And now he's worried. He's worried. And he wants to come in and communicate this to you. Okay? I see that. He definitely wants to come in and communicate this to you because, look, you got the Ace of Swords. And that's about clear communication. Okay? Now you got the Page of Wands. So that's definitely some kind of communication coming in. So whoever you're watching this video for definitely wants to come back and communicate to you how they feel. Which will bring in the balance that you need. He wants to communicate. He definitely wants to come back and communicate. Right here it is. The King of Pentacles. Okay. The King of Pentacles, whoever's carrying this earth-based energy, this grounded energy, does not look happy. Okay? And he doesn't look happy because he walked away. Okay? He walked away. He quickly walked away. Does he regret it? Yes. Yes, he does. He has some kind of emotional loss. He regrets it because he's feeling bad. He feels that he messed up. He's definitely he's fearful that you have moved on, but he definitely wants to come back. He wants to come back and communicate how he feels to you. Definitely. And oh, wait a minute, where'd we go here? Because we do have a card of somebody speaking loudly from the rooftop. Okay? So they definitely want to return and communicate how they feel. Okay? But I feel that you may have another choice in the matter. Maybe there's somebody else other than a twin flame. I'm sorry. But I feel that he definitely walked away from it, a chance at a new beginning, and he regrets it. He's feeling the emotional loss. And he's staying up night thinking about it. How is he going to come back and communicate this to you? Seeing how he walked away. And he left you feeling left. He feels left out in the cold because of this. That's why you got the Five of Pentacles beside the emotional loss. He feels left out in the cold because he walked away. Because why? He was confused. He was trapped. He feels that you moved on. But you did it. You absolutely did it. Alright, so let's clarify. Five of Pentacles, please. Clarify the Five of Pentacles. Clarify the Five of Pentacles. I'm just putting the signs out there. It doesn't necessarily have to be the particular signs. You could just be carrying that energy. You could be carrying that passionate energy. You could be carrying that, as long as you're balanced, your yin and your yang and your masculine and feminine energy are balanced, you're going to carry that balanced energy. You're going to carry that grounded energy, okay? All right, so one more card. One more card, please. I felt one that wanted to come out, but he hopped back in the deck, so maybe he'll pop out this time. Alright, so to clarify the financial material changes, which is the Five of Pentacles, okay? And remember I said he feels like he wants to come back and communicate something, or maybe he could be communicating something to the universe, because what popped out was the Star card. This is representative of the star sign of Aquarius, by the way, which the full moon is in Aquarius, and 4 degrees and 44 feet. I believe that's what that little thing means. If anybody else, if I'm wrong and it's 44 degrees or 4 degrees and 44, whatever that little mark means, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm alright with that, but I believe it means feet. See all these little stars on here? Those are all the intentions that's been put into the universe, okay? And then you got your naked lady, which represents vulnerability, and you got the flow of water, which could represent the flow of time, as well as the flow of emotions, okay? Now, there looks like there's some kind of a pelican, possibly some kind of a bird on there. I'm not exactly sure what kind of bird that is. It looks like a pelican, maybe a flamingo, something along them lines. So you could possibly look that up. That could be specific to somebody out there. But yeah, those are all the seeds of intentions that you've put out into the universe that they've heard. Okay. Alright. So, the next card that popped out was the High Priest. Okay. Well, the High Priest is, first of all, very spiritual, very intuitive, a traditional kind of person. They're all about being traditional. They're all about listening to spirit. And if you look, he's got his 2 fingers raised up towards spirit. He's in a red robe, which tells me he's very grounded. He's got a silver key and a gold key, which tells me silver and gold is about your highest of good. Whenever you have gold, like the halo that the Emperor is wearing, that is, you are 100% connected to source, to the knowledge, okay? So to me, the High Priestess is 100% connected to source. He's the most spiritual, masculine energy that you can get, okay? But he also can represent a marriage. He can also represent a spiritual business as well. I'm just saying that. I'm throwing it out there. Not necessarily is. And I think it's, I'm not 100%, but I believe he's representative of the sign of Taurus as well. If I'm wrong, you can correct me in the comment section, but I'm not for sure, okay? So the next card that popped out was the Five of Wands. Wands is, again, about action. So there's some kind of conflict going on, which you got 3 fives. So you got emotional loss, you got the Five of Pentacles, and the Five of Wands. So that's 100% some kind of conflict going on, okay? So maybe it's an inner conflict, not necessarily a 3D conflict as much as an inner conflict. Maybe the inner conflict is what the devil is representative of. Maybe that inner conflict is some kind of temptation or some kind of darkness that you need to work through. Maybe a dark night of the soul kind of energy. Okay? It's not a good thing, that is for sure. Okay? So, and the last card that popped out again was the Seven of Cups. So there's some kind of maybe you have too many choices in front of you, and that's what the conflict is about. Maybe there's too many choices now, or maybe I'm trying to cover all the options here for you guys, because this is a general reading. I need you to take what resonates, and maybe the conflict is because of the choice that he made to walk away. Okay? Maybe the conflict is the fact that it's unfounded fear. The conflict has something to do with his emotions. Okay? Maybe he's choosing to stay in the conflict and because of the because of the fear he's having. Okay? Or maybe it's like I said, an inner conflict, and there's a choice in there. There's a very, very, very strong energy about a choice. Okay? So maybe you need to walk away from this Knight of Wands that's coming in. Maybe that's what your choice is. Or maybe because you got the choice card and you got the wish card, the intentions that you put into the universe. Maybe because you put so many intentions out there, you got multiple choices and they're conflicting with what you believe in. We're going to clarify the Five of Wands, please, Spirit. Clarify the Five of Wands. What's going on in that Five of Wands energy? What is going on in that Five of Wands energy? What's conflicting? I was right. It's an inner conflict on whether or not you should listen to your intuition, because you have many choices. You're having an inner conflict. There's no doubt about it, because the High Priest confirmed that. And the High Priestess, rather. The High Priestess she's about an inner knowing. She's about your intuition. She's also carrying Piscean energy. Okay? So it's an inner conflict. Okay, definitely an inner conflict going on. Alrighty, that's what I figured. Because it's next to the High Priest. That's another reason why I was thinking it was an inner conflict. Maybe the inner conflict's from having too many choices. Maybe you got a choice between a Piscean and somebody else, a Libra, because we got a Libra as a feminine on the Libra. Maybe you got a choice between a Libra and a Pisces. I'm just putting it out there. I'm not saying that you do. I'm just saying. I'm putting it out there because it's a big possibility. I'm only telling you what I see. Well, one of them is your soulmate / twin flame. But you definitely got some kind of a conflict, an inner conflict, definitely. An inner conflict with emotions. An inner conflict between emotions and why you got left out in the cold. And should you come forward? Are you going to make that choice to come forward? But you're fearful of it. But I do see you doing it. I do see you moving out of the darkness, finding the balance, and understanding that this is your soulmate. Because you got a new beginning. You got twin flame card twice. And this right here just totally blows my mind. the 8 and the 3, which adds up to 11 with the 4 of Wands in between. So there's no doubt in my mind, whoever is carrying that Emperor energy is soul twin flame energy. Alright, we're going to move on to the next set of cards. Wow, is all I got to say. Alright, so the next set we're going to use is the Archangel Oracle cards by Doreen Virtue. So this is for the sign of Pisces for the month of August. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. But I do see a wish being granted, but you got to overcome that inner conflict. You gotta listen to the guidance that the universe is sending you, because they're sending you the clarity that you need for the balance to move out of the darkness. They're illuminating what the darkness is, and the darkness is unfounded fear. The darkness is as emotional loss and feeling left out in the cold. Okay, so I see the universe granting you wishes by giving you choices, and what you need to do is stop procrastinating and make the choice to move forward. Quit battling with yourself on the inside with your intuition, because the universe wants you, they're sending you the clarity that you need. Okay, so the inner conflict with you walking away is you walked away. You wasn't left out in the cold. You feel left out in the cold because you walked away. You know you messed up. So find that balance within. Get out of that inner conflict. Find that balance within. Find the balance within brings the balance without. And okay, that might be a significant message there, so we're going to leave that there. Alright, so this is for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the month of August. Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the month of August. What messages, archangels, do you have for the sign of Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the month of August? Alright, so before I shuffle the cards, this card popped out, so I feel it's a pretty significant message for somebody. Okay, it's Archangel Jophiel. Go outside, get some fresh air, and connect with nature to relieve stress and gain new creative ideas. Alright, so basically go outside and it'll help you balance yourself. Alright, so that could be a specific message for somebody. Alright, 3 cards, archangels, for messages for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the month of August. Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the month of August, please. Well, a whole bunch of them come out. I only wanted 3. 3 cards, please. 3 cards. Two cards. Two cards, please. Did anybody, you guys see that card fly up and hit the camera or hit the computer? That was pretty neat, huh? It's a pretty significant message. 2 cards, please. 2 more cards. Archangels. 2 more cards for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. 1 card. Beautiful, beautiful cards. Alright. Alright, so remember I said about having an inner conflict? Alright, so I'm going to read this card to you first, even though it was the last one that popped out. It says, take back your power. Archangel Raziel. Use your God-given power and intention to manifest blessings into your life. So, get rid of the inner conflict that you're having and move out of the darkness, okay? And the reason why I say that is because the next card that I want to tell you about is clear your space. Archangel Jophiel. That's the second message by that angel. So I feel that these two messages are definitely significant to you, Piscean. Okay? Clear your space. Archangel Jophiel says, get rid of your clutter, clear the energy around you, and use your feng shui. And you do. You do. By finding the balance within that inner conflict. Okay? And the last card that popped out, well, it was actually the first card that popped out. It was pretty significant because it come up and hit the computer. Is Archangel Raguel. Everything is how it needs to be right now. Look past the illusion and see the underlying order. Look past the illusion right there. Move on. Clear your space. Okay? Divine order is right now. It is in the present. Okay? So take back your power by releasing that inner conflict. Move out of the darkness. Clear your space. So a wish can be granted, because divine order is in the present moment. Okay? And what I'm picking up right here is the scales of balance, just like on the justice, the scales of balance. So those are the four archangel messages. We're going to move on, and those were from Doreen Virtue, them archangel cards, and then these are the Romance Angel cards by Doreen Virtue. Okay, we're going to shuffle up these cards. Romance Angels, what messages do you have for the sign of Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the month of August? What messages do you have for the sign of Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the month of August? Three more shuffles. I got it. See, one. Okay, what I'm seeing too is if you go outdoors, it'll help you to clear your space and take your power back. It'll also, you'll be able to find the balance that you need to listen to your angels. Okay? Apparently they're trying to tell you something. Alright, one more shuffle. Oh, look at that card. Worth waiting for. There's your divine timing. Very soon. Alright. Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Messages for the month of August. Alright, 3 cards, Romance Angels. 3 cards. There's 1. There's 2. And there's 3. Alright, so, the first card that popped out was the Romance Angels want to tell you to keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. Oh. Alright. And then let your friends help you is a pretty significant message. Ask for and accept support from others. Alright. And the last card that popped out, which we already knew this, was your soulmate card. Yes, this is your soulmate. Okay? Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Okay? So, I'm sorry. To end this reading, we are going to get some spirit messages. Spirit, what messages do you have to close this beautiful Piscean reading for the month of August? So these messages are for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the month of August. Spirit, what final messages do you have for this reading? Final messages for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the month of August. Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the month of August. Closing spirit messages. Closing spirit messages. Closing spirit messages for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Alright. Closing spirit messages for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Alright. 3 cards, Spirit. 3 cards to close this reading on. 3 final messages for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. There's 1. There's 2. And there's 4. Alright. Alright. So the first card to come forth is a number 31. It says observe in silence. So what this tells me is to sit back and observe. Observe what's going on around you. Don't jump in to things that you don't understand. Okay? Just sit there. Sit and observe. Alright, I'm going to read it to you. It adds up to a number 4. So, what is it? 31. 4s is about balance. 4s, as you can tell, the 4 of Wands is about partnership and achievements and foundation and let's see, foundations, your stability. Say, now is not the time to be the life of the party, nor to step forward into role of leader or teacher. Be cautious. It may not be wise to draw attention to yourself or to reveal your plans to others at this time. Instead, be silent, step back, be still. Watch those around you and be mindful of what you see, hear, and feel. Trust in your instincts and intuition and let them guide your steps. Yep. High Priestess, High Priest, Divine Order. That inner conflict you're having, just sit with it for a second. Okay? When you do, you're going to clear your space, okay? You're definitely going to clear some space. Alright, so the next card is Know Your Fears. Okay. and it's a number 20. And 2s are about decisions, partnerships. Okay, so know your fears. Number 20. You have fears both big and small. Some fear is felt for good reason. It serves to remind you to be cautious and not to take foolish and dangerous risks. Other fears you feel are about shadows that you have made real or given substance. They serve only to make you doubt yourself, to question your good judgment, or fear success, to restrict, to limit. Look within, know your fears, shine light upon them, and see them for the shadows and the mist they are. That is such a perfect, that kind of like corresponds to this. Illuminate your fears, find balance. Okay, know them, know your fears. Alright. And the next card is a number 4. And it's called Be Without Malice. Oh, I dropped it. Sorry. Be Without Malice. Alright, so we're going to read that one. You have been hurt, disrespected, or disappointed by others. Another has let you down or betrayed you. It is normal and natural to experience feelings of anger, hurt, and disappointment. Talk about emotional fears. There you go. There's your fears of emotional hurt, being left out in the cold. To feel any and all emotion is natural, but you have choice always in how you respond. Do not allow your heart to become source of infection, right? Where was that at? The inner conflict. You're having an inner conflict. Acknowledge it, learn from it and your experiences, and let that anger, hurt, and disappointment go. Do not allow them to inspire retaliatory acts born of malice or spite. Where was I? Take back your power. Perfect. Go outdoors. Ground yourself. Clear your space. Be without malice. Okay? Alright, so the last card that popped out was Time to Ground. It's a number 9. It's a number 45, but adds up to a 9. That's about being in solitude. Time to go outside and ground yourself. Look at this. Spirit and the angels are both telling you. That's why that outdoors card popped out. Okay? Time to ground yourself. Go outside and ground yourself. Okay? Because divine order is here. Take back your power. Let go of the fear. Let go of the heartbreak. Okay? Yeah. So what? He hurt you. Yeah, he did. We all get hurt. Clear the space. Get rid of that energy. Take back your power. Ground yourself. Okay? Go outdoors. I love how these cards all intermingle. Okay. We all experience moments in our lives when we feel confused, unfocused, and surrounded by chaos and turmoil. These moments are often unavoidable, as are the lessons these moments can impart. But how you respond to them is a choice only you can make. A choice only you can make. Okay? Take a deep breath and a moment to pause and reconnect with Gaia and nature. Seek the silence of the void within whilst your spirit spirals downward to anchor itself like an ancient tree root in the cleansing embrace of the earth beneath you. Okay, where we go? Outdoors. That's why that was such a significant message. Go outdoors, ground yourself. Okay? Go outdoors, ground yourself, clear your space, know your fears, be without malice, take your power back. Let your friends help you. But make the choice to do this. Make that choice to let go of that inner conflict. Let go of the fear that you're focusing on. Move on out of the darkness. Okay? Because this is your soulmate. This is your twin flame. This is the love of a lifetime. Alright, this is your general message for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. I hope it resonated with somebody. Take what resonates, leave the rest, because by all means I don't want to give anybody false hopes or false messages, because what resonates with one may not resonate with another. Alrighty, thank you. I hope these messages resonated. Blessed be from the Crow's Priestess.